100% loses that game. If we lost that game, we could have been better. I think it's the NBA throw the refs under the bus like that. Like, this happened to be in our favor. Not even in our favor. We don't get the win, but, you know, to say that I got fouled and the tech and all that stuff, you know, just move on, man. You don't throw the refs under the bus like that. So, because the next game, you know, that group of refs, or whoever it is, going to come out and they're going to ref the game. They're going to be tense when they ref in the game, and they're going to try to get every play right. They're going to try to be perfect, and, you know, without just going out there and relaxing and making the right call. So you can't find us for when we go out there and criticize them, but throw them under the bus for a 2-minute report. What about the first quarter? What about the second quarter, the third quarter? I think it's bullshit. They should get rid of it. Our refs don't deserve that, and they're trying their hardest to get the plays right. Then you look at a play in slow-mo and say it's wrong. Like, I think it's bullshit that they do that. That's that you throw the refs under the bus like that after the game. Like, it matters. This game's over. We're moving on.
Needless to say, he did not hold back. I counted maybe 4 bleeps. Reaction to Durant's rant, Coach?
Prim, well, you both might find this hard to believe, but when I played college basketball, one of the nicknames that the officials that refereed my games had for me 2-3 years in, when you'd come out and you'd shake their hands, hey, let's have a good game, they'd go, class. And that's actually the nickname they had for me instead of coach. And the reason I tell you that story is because I treated them with the respect that they deserve, but there was also an underlying motive for me. And I would never compare myself to Kevin Durant as far as skill level or anything like that. But there's an underlying thought process to what he is doing here. Does he agree with what he's saying? There's no question. But he's also very, very, very smart. He understands no matter what he says, guess what? They still lost the basketball game. No matter what he says, you can't go back to that game. He's looking forward and understands that if this gets out, these officials are human. They're seeing this. They're watching First Take right now. They understand how dazzling Will Cain and the coach are together. But they also realize that deep down, Kevin Durant wants the next call. And it may not matter in game 32 in December, but it might matter when you get to May or June and he goes down again with 3.1 seconds to go by Richard Jefferson in the finals. He's very, very smart and understands that it would have done no good. And I also believe the last point that I will make, the NBA did throw the officials under the bus. And the reason for this is to get it off their plate in New York and put it on the officials. And I think that also is beep. I'm not allowed to say it, so I'm going to beat myself.
Yeah.
Beat myself.
So what you are saying, besides the beep, is, and besides, by the way, comparing yourself to Kevin Durant in this one small occasion, and also saying you're a classy basketball player.
It's very
besides those things,
I was just reporting the facts.
That's
what you are saying is that Kevin Durant is playing chess, that he is strategizing.
Yes.
That what he's doing is manipulating the referees through this little clip we played. This was referee manipulation.
Yes.
Okay. What you're doing then is explaining to us why Kevin Durant was wrong. Because he was wrong. Everything he said was wrong. Now, maybe he has a reason for being wrong. Maybe he is playing the refs. And the words coming out of his mouth are not what he means, but rather how they play in a ref's mind or what he means. But I can only do this. I can only analyze the words coming out of his mouth. And that's what I'll do. Number one, this is the word, remember, accountability on every part. I like that Kevin Durant, as a leader of my team, if I'm a Golden State Warriors fan, which I'm not, but if I were, I'd like that he is accountable for the outcome of that game, that he doesn't play the victim card, that he doesn't lay it on the ref's feet for why they lost the game, that he says, no, we could have won the game with or without those calls. We should have won the game.
Yes.
That's what I want to hear from a player like Kevin Durant. So that part, accountability, he's right. Where he's wrong is saying the NBA's 2-minute report in analyzing ref behavior is also wrong. That's incorrect. He's wrong about that because he's missing the accountability mechanism. What this report is designed to do is to hold referees accountable for their decisions. Number one, Kevin Durant says next time they're going to try to be perfect. Next time they're going to try to get every call right. Correct, Kevin. That's the purpose of the 2-minute report.
No.
That's the purpose of it.
No, that's not the purpose of it. Because I don't know if you've ever been out on the court with an NBA player. I have. I don't know if you've ever played extensively with players that went to the NBA. I have. But they intimidate officials. And there's an intimidation factor that Kevin Durant has, that LeBron James has, that Russell Westbrook has over officials. You cannot have them officiating scared. And that's what this report does. They're always thinking about it in the back of their mind. If I miss a call, guess what? The next day, it's all the lights are on me, and you can't do that.
The purpose of this report is to inject into the equation a bigger intimidation factor than that of LeBron James, a bigger intimidation factor than that of Kevin Durant. It's the intimidation factor of the league and your continued employment. The accountability, the last 2-minute reports, what it requires is you get the calls right or we tell the public where you were wrong. And here's key. We, the public, need to know that. The worst position a league can be in is trying to explain away mistakes. The NFL has made this problem, has shown light on this problem. When they're telling us, no, everything your eyes just told you, telling you that that's a catch, it's not a catch. Or they tell you, no, that fumble recovery in Cleveland, despite the fact that this guy's holding it up above his head.
There is a
no.
huge...
The point is this.
Huge.
The NFL tells us the things that we see
difference
are not what we see. The NBA is doing the opposite. They're telling you, you're right. That call you saw in the last 2 minutes that the refs got wrong, you're right. It was wrong.
There are 1,000
One moment,
calls.
Coach.
Okay.
What that does is that inspires trust. Nobody can get it right every time. But if you tell us and you own the mistakes and you tell us you got it wrong, we can trust you more going forward. Honesty inspires trust. That's what
those officials trust their bosses now?
No, the NBA and the fan relationship.
But I'm talking about the officials. And I'm talking about the bus that went over them. That's what Kevin Durant was talking about as well. It's not good for the officials. And when it gets to money time in June, this will have an effect. Mark my words.
All right, let's stay in the NBA.
You know what? I hope I don't make some people mad at the station there, but I can't stand these so-called journalists who try to play the high and mighty. I'm not going to say Will Kane. I'm just saying a few people like to get on television and, let me use a Stephen A. word, bloviate about somebody's transgressions as if they've been through it. Talk about street game as if they've lived on the streets. A bunch of Ivy League squares. Can't stand it.
Tell me more about Will Kane.
He's got really nice hair.
That's true.
And that's why I don't like him, man. I'm trying to cover up bald spots.
So that was Sir Mix-a-Lot. Mr. Baby Got Back does not got your back.
Mix-a-Lot.
What happened? At least he complimented your hair. You have great hair, though.
I found out. First of all, did you see how pleased everybody was in the studio? They went, it's okay, Amin. He can come
Amin,
after me.
if you know Amin was like, oh my God, and you know if
It's
he
all
does
good.
that, that's like legit.
Sir Mix-a-Lot explained to me on Twitter why he's so upset with me, what the holier-than-thou position I hold is when I haven't, what do you say, been through the streets, that I criticized LeBron for cussing from the victory parade stage in Cleveland after they won. Stand by that opinion. It's not holier-than-thou. Mix has got me wrong, by the way. I'm not some Ivy League East Coaster. I'm from a small town, Texas. I can cuss with the best of them.
First of all,
I
you
know
still
when
went to
and
number
where.
9,
I know
though.
when and where.
You're not allowed to call him Mix, okay?
You
can't call him Mix.
In that interview, they asked him, Coach, do people call you Mix? He said, yeah, they call you.
Yeah, but I'm saying you can't call him Mix.
It's a mouthful.
No, you've
Sir
never
Mix-a-Lot.
been from the streets.
You don't know. What do you know about me?
Oh, man.
I know your law degree wasn't from the streets, but anyway, go ahead, Prim.
Yeah. So,
I don't want to go where I was going to go. I don't want to go there.
I'll do the transition. Speaking of LeBron,
Yeah, there you go.
he brought hope to Cleveland and ended the city's 52-year drought without a championship. A total of 59 editors sent in their votes, and the results are in. The AP Male Athlete of the Year goes to LeBron James. The Cavaliers star collected 24 first-place votes and beat out the fastest man in the water and the fastest man on land for the honors. And I'm talking about Michael Phelps and Usain Bolt, respectively. So should LeBron have won AP Athlete of the Year, since you kind of ripped on him a little bit earlier? I'll go to you first.
You'd think I'd be consistent, but no. Just because I say you should watch your P's and Q's from the victory stage parade doesn't mean I can't recognize reality. LeBron is definitely the 2016 AP Athlete of the Year. He just deserves this award.
You just said no. You mean yes?
Yes, he deserves it.
Okay.
Thanks for being on me, Coach.
No problem.
Appreciate it.
No problem.
Yes, he deserves the award.
Okay.
Coming back from 3-1 down in the NBA Finals, something no one has ever done, never been done before. Averaging a triple-double in Game 7, played over 40 minutes a game, in Games 5 and 6, facing elimination, scoring 41 points each, and it's hard not to have the emotional prism through which you view this. bringing the title to Cleveland. The area, not the town, but the area from which he was raised. Doing all of this in this year, I think it's clear LeBron is your athlete of the year. Let me make one other argument. I know where you're going to go with this. Let me tell you something. I've been in the pool with these athletes. Have you been in the pool? I'm doing your basketball thing back to you. I was a swimmer growing up. Were you a swimmer growing up?
You know, taking swimming lessons when you're 7 does not constitute you being a swimmer.
This is what I'm going to tell you. Phelps, as great as he is, and he's one of the greatest athletes of all time, did this not at the peak of Phelps. And it's hard not to analyze these guys as well not their peak themselves. LeBron, I think in 2016 is peak LeBron. That's as good as you get to see LeBron. Phelps has been a better version of Phelps. Yes, he added to his medal total. Yes.
Why are you taking my stuff?
I'm sorry, man.
Why are you taking
I'm
my stuff?
undercutting it before you can get to
it.
it.
Thank you. Prem, let me ask you a question. Did you say 59 editors?
Yeah.
Okay, 59 editors. Editors, from where I'm standing point, are kind of like producers, right? And producers or content producers love content. They love the story. Let's look for the best story. You just made my point for me. Everything you described, it's a great story, but being the AP Athlete of the Year, you know I've got friends from every walk of life. And a very good friend of mine,
You don't mention.
her name is Allie Raceman. You're probably familiar with her. She won several things at the Olympics in Rio. We just hung about a month ago in the Dominican, and at an event. Not just her and I.
I wasn't going to go there.
No.
I was just going to sit back.
But as we actually brought up Michael Phelps and the topic of Michael Phelps, and I asked her how difficult it is to peak, to use your word, for something every 4 years, and not just peak, but then to deliver when you have to. Michael Phelps, just this year, I won't talk about the 28 medals. I won't talk about the 23 golds. I'll talk about this year. And I'm talking about 5 golds. I'm talking about a silver. I'm talking about a man who set out for 18 months after London and then said, you know what? I'll come back because I'm that great. Whether you're an Olympic athlete like Allie Raceman who got to watch it up close, and then I get to feed off of that, or you're just somebody who watched it from here like myself, you realize very, very quickly the athlete of the year, if you're these editors, don't buy into the story. Buy into the production. Buy into the results. And nobody had better results than Michael Phelps.
LeBron James did. I'm glad you narrowed it down to this year because that's the way it should be analyzed. It shouldn't be analyzed in the context of 28 medals, 23 golds. It should be narrowed down to 5 golds this year, 2 of which, by the way, were individual, 3 relays.
So?
Yeah. Fair. So is a fair point.
Okay.
So is a fair point. LeBron, although also playing a team sport, clearly willed that team to the championship on his back. I can give you the stats again like I did a minute ago. Triple-doubles and 41 points a game over multiple games, averaging over 40 minutes a game. I can give you all that, but you know, down in that place that you don't talk about. That's LeBron's championship. As much as it's a Cavaliers championship, that's LeBron's. He did that.
Prem,
Yeah.
can you look up while he's talking on who hit the last shot, the game-winning shot, the shot that won them Game 7? Could you look up what that name is for me, please, while Will Kane is talking right now?
Do we need to talk about who touched the wall last in every relay Michael Phelps swam in? It wasn't Michael Phelps. He wasn't the guy swimming 4th in each of those relays touching the wall last. Why are you smiling? Because you know I got you there. Here's the thing. Phelps is great. I'm a swimmer. I recognize how difficult that is to swim multiple strokes. He won the 200 IM and the 200 IM and 200 fly were his individuals. That's two of the hardest races. Only way it gets harder is to do the 400 IM. That is an incredible accomplishment. And Phelps should be recognized. But this is LeBron's year, man. Right. Any way you cut it, this is LeBron's year.
I'm not a mathematician, but I will say that when you compete in 5 Olympic Games every 4 years, that's over the course of 16 to 20 years, if I'm correct, right? So to do that, at that point, as an athlete, you're forgetting the word in the sentence that we're talking about. Athlete. The athletic prowess in Rio, nothing short of phenomenal, nothing short of amazing, nothing short of the recognition that he deserves. And I love LeBron, by the way. Everybody knows that.
But on the other hand,
everybody knows that.
Somebody could also argue that they have 3 to 4 years to also prepare, and he was off for 18 months, and it's actually harder to play 82 games and 82 games plus throughout the season.
Prim.
I took it the other
Naive
direction.
little Prim. I'm done.
No, but it's
The only thing
but
that softened that argument, she said one could say. When one should say. One should say. It's good. It's
I'm
harder
going to leave
to
my
do it
argument
every
there.
year
I'm going
than
to
every
leave
4
mine
years.
right there.
I think you also just argued that Michael Phelps is a better all-around athlete than LeBron James.
No.
I think you did.
No.
I think you did.
Never said that. You're not gonna bait me in like you do everybody else to elaborate
Pretty sure
when
you said that.
I do not need to elaborate.